How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another one of my random ramblings on my way home from work. Hope everyone had a great Easter, if that's a holiday that you observe and celebrate. You know, we had some friends over for a quick Sunday afternoon brunch, and went down to the beach for a little bit, and then had a little campfire out in our new backyard. So we had a wonderful day through and through, and hope you guys did as well. But what I wanted to cover today was a topic that I get a lot of questions on. You know, people reach out to me as like, "Hey, Kenyon, how do you do CrossFit and work a regular 9-to-5 job, invest in real estate, have a podcast, have time for your family and friends, and improving yourself?" And there's a couple things that go into that, and hopefully I'll give you a little bit of insight into how I get after it every single day and make sure that I get everything done with enthusiasm, energy. Definitely, when I lay my head down on my pillow at night, I don't feel exhausted, but definitely feel like, you know what, it's time for me to wind things down. But what it really boils down to, and you may not think of this or may not be obvious, but it comes down to mindset. It's cultivating a positive attitude. It's cultivating, I have to get it done type attitude, and do that a number of ways. Number one is I have a solid morning routine that gets me into a positive state of mind from the moment my feet hit the floor after I wake up. And I fill my mind with positive things, and I never let things bother me too much either. Right now I'm going through a pretty, what a lot of people might consider as a stressful time at my job. I'm taking my ship through its annual maintenance period, which is basically my show time. This is where I work a lot of hours. This is where I have to solve a lot of problems. I have to meet a lot of challenges head on, and a lot of people might get overwhelmed by that. But right now I feel great. I feel like I'm making some great progress on the ship, and I've been on my feet most of the day. I've been I haven't sat still too much during the day. I did have a quick little 2.5 hour CPR training today, which, if you're going through some stress and anxiety, that might be the time of day where you kind of crash, or maybe have that afternoon lull, want to take a nap type feeling. But I didn't have that whatsoever, and it comes down to mindset, getting your mind right every single morning, and also having a plan for your day. Now, today was one of those days that did not go according to plan, but I didn't stress or worry about it because I did have a plan, and I could adjust my plan based on the things that I was dealing with. So that in and of itself is a big source of anxiety for a lot of people who don't have a plan. They're just reacting, and they don't know what is going to be coming around the next corner at them. But even if there is a surprise there, you knew that you were going to be turning a corner, and perhaps you can anticipate those problems. When you do have a plan, that is an opportunity for you to also think about, hey, what could go wrong? How am I going to address it? How am I going to handle it like a boss, and have that confidence and low amounts of stress when those things do come up? You just have a confidence that you've thought about things. You can think on your feet, and it may not be that exact same scenario, but you can handle it with ease and low amounts of stress. And the amount of stress and anxiety and worry that you go through, that saps a massive amount of energy from yourself on a day-to-day basis. So if you're living in a constant state of stress, anxiety, worry, that's going to be a big drain on yourself, because your mind is constantly going. Your brain is, like 5% of your body weight, yet it takes up to 25-30% of your calories, and that goes up the more that you're stressing and worrying about things. So getting control over your stress and your anxiety levels is going to give you, that's just going to be more energy you can put back in your tank and use it for something more productive. So getting a handle on your stress and anxiety, that's another big key or another big tactic that I use. And I could go on and on about that, and I've done a Facebook Live on reducing your stress and anxiety levels. And I don't mean to, like, if you are dealing with severe amounts of stress and anxiety, I don't mean to sound like you don't need a doctor or some sort of intervention to help you out. But there are some things that you can do, and things that some factors that you can't control to start to reduce that for yourself. Anyways, the last thing is just eating right, drinking right, and not alcohol-wise, hydration-wise. I mean, drinking water, drinking filtered water that's not full of chlorine and been sitting in a plastic bottle for for months on end. Just drinking good clean water. That I think that does a lot for me. And eating right. My motto is eat foods that haven't been fucked with. Get rid of all your processed foods. Anything that's been genetically modified generally is, if you can get those things out of your diet, you're going to see your energy levels go up. I know I did. I'm speaking from experience here, and just getting those two things right is going to do a lot for you. All right, guys. So that's how I seemingly have tons of energy. There's very few times where I feel drained, where I feel like, oh my God, I can't go on. And really just cultivating that positive mindset is really the number one key that I want to leave you guys with. And I know it sounds like this cheesy pie in the sky thing. Everybody's got to be positive, but I tell you what, it really does work. If you constantly live in a state of negativity, it's going to drain on you. So that's what I got for you guys. I'd be curious to hear what you guys do to help keep your energy levels up throughout the day, no matter what's going on, no matter how quote unquote shitty things might get for you. What do you do to maintain a positive mindset? How do you keep your energy levels up? I'd be curious to know, because I just shared what works for me. It may not work for you. Your mileage may vary. So I'm always curious to hear what other people have to say about things that I talk about. And hey, if you completely disagree with what I just said, please let me know too. I love, I enjoy getting compliments and things like that, but oftentimes I learn a lot more from other people who have opposing viewpoints from me, and I'm curious to hear from you as well. All right, guys, I'll wrap it up there. Don't forget to also let me know that you're catching this live. Say hi, hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. And if you want to maybe talk about this in a little more depth and maybe trade some ideas or even get to know me a little bit more, have the opportunity to book a 15-minute call with me, kenyaziska.com/call, CALL. Take you right to my calendar and hook you up with 15 minutes of my time for free. All right, guys, have a great night and talk with you tomorrow.